Hi, I'm Kelly Moye, and I'm with the Colorado Association of Realtors, and I would like to share with you the final year-end results of our amazing real estate market for 2017. So if you were wondering what happened last year and how it all turned out, we will summarize it for you nice and quickly here today. It is really important that you know the stats. As a realtor, you are considered the expert in the market. And so in order to be an expert in the market, you need to know exactly what the market's doing. And here at Colorado Association of Realtors, we are helping you to do that by providing to you all of the statistics throughout the state, dialed all the way down to your very local city. So whatever you need, you can find here at the Colorado Association of Realtors. And all you have to do is go to the website, coloradorealtors.com, and you can find the market trends reports on that site. You can sort them by county, by city, by time frame, by price range. They're really, really easy to do and very easy to find. And then if you need additional statistics like on a specific city, so if you can see Douglas County, for example, but you would like to know the stats for Highlands Ranch, your local association gets all of those cities from the Colorado Association of Realtors every month. So you can take the statistics and learn about them all the way down to your very local area where you buy and sell real estate. So really try to be an expert for your clients. Stay on top of this. The Colorado Association of Realtors sends out these stats in a monthly report. They come by email, so check your spam because sometimes they end up there. They're beautiful reports. You can print them out, use them in presentations. It makes it very, very easy to stay on top of the market. They are the most accurate stats out there, and here's why. We use statistics from all of the MLSs in Colorado. We have many in this state, and when you put them all together, you actually end up with a complete list of what's really happened in the market. All of the data is collected. It's not just a little sampling. Every single house sold is represented in those statistics. It's scrubbed for duplicates and bad data, so we really make sure that the data is accurate. And the best of all is it is aggregated data. And what that means is that regardless of what MLS system you use, if you're in a crossover area, you will find that these statistics take that into account. So instead of thinking that your stats aren't accurate because you're only in one MLS area or another, you can count on these, which makes them really valuable. So let's take a look at what happened statewide. And we're focusing on a big space just so you can see what happened in Colorado. The single-family homes went up 8.5% in price, condos up 10.2%. That was a really terrific appreciation statewide. You'll notice that if you're in certain local areas, they might have even gone up more or less, but in general, we had a very healthy appreciation across the board statewide in our prices. You'll see if you go back to 2010, for example, a single-family home was priced around $205,000. And you go all the way to December 2017, that same house was $363,000, and condos went up to $285,000. So in just a short 7-year period, you can see how much our market has grown and how strong our market is right now. If you look at the inventory statewide, single-family homes are down 26%, condos are down 30%, and I probably don't even have to point this out to you because as a realtor, you're out there trying to find listings for your clients and you are probably struggling. So this is probably not big news for you, but it is important to know because when you have low inventory and high demand, our prices go up. If you take a look all the way back in 2010, just to give you a feel, 40,000 houses is what was average on the market at that time. In December of 2017, only 12,748. So it gives you a really good picture of how significant that lack of inventory really is. Average days on the market is down yet again, 6.5% for houses and 2% for condos. What that really means is that your single-family homes are going to stay on the market less than 2 months, and your condos less than a month or a month and a half. So again, as you know, the quicker a property sells, the more it's going to sell for. So this is an important statistic to note for your clients when you're trying to help them plan for their timing on buying or selling a property. If you, again, go back to 2010, 120 days on the market. That is what was typical. Now it's 48. So it just gives you a really good picture of how much things have changed. Now, when you look at new listings, again, no big surprise to you, it's been really hard to find new listings out there. We finished down for single-family homes 4.5%, up just a little bit or about the same for condos. But really what that means is we still have very, very few properties on the market. And I think what's happening here is a chicken and the egg problem. So you have people who would like to move and are ready to move and need to move, but they can't find anywhere to go. There's nothing out there for them to buy. And if they find something to buy, it might be a little more expensive than they'd hoped. So they end up staying where they are and just remodeling, adding an addition, living with what they have, and thus the cycle continues. So it really has been an interesting challenge for our market. If you look again back at 2010, at any point during that year, we had around 10,000 new listings, and you can see now that we are half that. So it's been an interesting several years, and it continues to be a problem in our market. If you look at how many months of supply we actually have, this is pretty interesting to me. We literally have 1.7 months of inventory for single-family homes, 2.3 for condos. So if no one listed their house for the next 1.7 months, we would actually run out of listings and have nothing to sell. So it gives you a really good picture that perhaps your client might say, hey, I'm ready to move, but it's wintertime and it must be a bad time to sell. You might pull out this stat and explain, actually, there's nothing on the market. So list any time, it's probably a good time. So good information to have. Again, going back to 2010, we used to have 12 months supply of inventory. We had plenty of houses on the market. Again, 1.7 months now. When we look at how much our sellers are receiving when they list their home versus what they actually sell for, it's very, very tight, as I'm sure that you've noticed in the market as well. Back in 2010, we were at 97.5% sales price to list price. We are now 98.7%. And I will point out here that those numbers are based on from the most recent list price. So if someone listed their home and it was listed too high and they reduced it and finally sold it, it is based on that final number where they actually listed. So our sellers are really experiencing a nice feel of being able to get pretty close to what they asked for that property, assuming that it's listed right in the first place. So when you look at these stats, sometimes they can get a little bit tiresome and even boring, but if you really just dial down to what's important, look at how many new listings are on the market. Understand what the inventory is like, because then you can counsel your clients and say, hey, it is a good time to list. There's nothing on the market here. Or maybe explain to a buyer that it may take a little longer to find a place because of the lack of inventory. Watch the median sales price. A very healthy market appreciating at about 8 to 10% a year is doing pretty well, not in bubble territory, but it's very important to be able to counsel your clients on how much the housing prices are going up each year, especially when they say they want to wait to buy. So that's an important number to know. Watch the days on the market. How fast is your listing going to sell? Plan appropriately for that. And explain to your sellers how much should they expect to receive if they price their home properly and when it should sell. So one of the neat things about our stats too is that we do separate townhomes and condos and single families, and so note that as well. If you're working with an attached property versus single family, those statistics are going to look different, and we do separate them for you. So I hope this has been helpful. 2017 was a banner year, and I predict that 2018 will be just as strong. So good luck to you all out there. Make it a great year.